The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Wanna welcome everybody, yeah, we gotta get it hype. Hey, every week talking wrestling, we get into it. Current events, even guests that we're interviewing. Hosted by Chris, Kid USA, and Nappy Boy. Shout out to Ziggy, put the smack down, you can't ignore. The best you gon' find anywhere online. Tell the competition they about to get clothesline. Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Let's go.
Welcome, IWC. This is Mr. Team Bringing, representing hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast. So I got two special guests. I have Mr. KD.
What's that?
Once again. And we have Mr. Enforcer of WCC, Mr. Antonio. How you guys doing this evening?
What's going on?
All right. So before we start, all right. First, what I need you to do is give a thumbs up to this video. I need you to comment. Also, I need you to subscribe. Then I need you to hit that notification bell so you can get news and rumors for our hashtag Hip for Life Wrestling Podcast exclusively on YouTube and on Facebook.
Shame on you. Shame on you for not knowing it.
I know.
That's why that wrestling bell went off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know. So tonight, everyone, we are going to do something that I don't usually do. I'm going to give you guys, or all of us, going to give you a Raw review. It's going to be quite interesting. So first, let's get into it. All right. So Raw started out with, if I can pull him up. It started with, Pastor Cody. Of course, this was going to be kicked off by Cody because, I guess he was
the talk. He was the talk of all day.
Yeah, he was.
Exactly. But let me just get into it real quick. Let me just read you guys. Okay, so the American Nightmare opened up the show to address the WWE universe. As he came to the ring, he only used his left arm to shake hands with the fans. He received a standing ovation and got choked up with the crowd chanting his name. Whatever. He went on to he said he saw all kinds of kind words on social media because if he doesn't see any kind words on social media, the niggas start to bitch. But he does it because he said it's a privilege. He said that his feud with Seth Rollins is over. After a few minutes of Rose talking, the Visionary made his way down to the ring, looking a little banged up too. He said that he still doesn't like Rose, but after what he put himself through at the Hell in a Cell, he earned Rose respect. He told Cody that Dusty Rose would be proud of his baby boy right now, and Cody teared up. He is such a bitch. They shook hands and They shook hands and Rollins left Rose in the ring to get one more pop from the crowd. As the American Nightmare turned to wave one more time to the crowd, Rollins came back and attacked him with a sledgehammer. Several officials tried to stop him, but the damage was already done before they could even step in. The segment was fantastic because most of it was genuinely emotional. But the ending kept Rollins' heel character from becoming any type of babyface reactions moving forward. The best part was that it was legitimately surprising. Fellas, what you guys think?
I wouldn't say surprising if my 11-year-old called it right before it happened. My baby boy said it like the camera was on Cody too long. Like they follow him all the way to the entrance, and usually when WWE does that, somebody's.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. Not you.
Oh, me?
Go ahead. Yeah, continue.
Okay. They when they do something like that, something always happens. Someone always come back, or someone new. It never fails. So the fact that Seth kept his heel persona that was cool to me. But the thing is, we already knew he was injured, and we already knew he's gonna be gone for a long time. Did they really have to do this? Like, did they have to try to write him off? Mm-hmm. We already knew that he's gonna be gone for a couple or for months, right. You know, possibly for the rest of this year. So I think they had to do that. But the segment was good.
Yeah, I mean, it was emotional. It was, I actually thought that Seth was going to turn face, but we were wrong. Of course, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but still, it was a good segment. And then also that surprise, attack from behind. I mean, I think that was pretty cool. KD?
When I first saw the segment, and just like you said, well, first of all, some people may hate it, but I think so far since Cody been back, he's got one of the coolest entrances in the WWE so far. But as far as when it happened tonight, excuse me, he made a definite emotional, speech, and for Seth Rollins to come out the way that he did, and said Dusty will be proud, he earned his respect, and things of that nature. It to the crowd and to the audience, it was very, very believable. Even at one point, I was like, okay, Seth Rollins about to, turn babyface, and this is what it was, this is what it's going to be. I said, so definitely, at the end when Cody gave us, final goodbye to have surgery, and, Seth ran back and hit him in the back of the head with the sledgehammer and whatnot, was just, I think, as Corey Graves said, it was crazy, but here's the thing about it. Right now, Seth Rollins is playing the heck out of that heel part. Mm-hmm. And he is definitely making the crowd not like him or like who he is. But regardless of the fact, it was an awesome segment. If I had to rate it 1 to 10, I'd definitely give it a 9.5. Because, I mean, if you look at this segment, let's look at, from back in the day, with John Cena and Mark Henry. Remember, that was an emotional segment. But then, remember what happened at the end. Mark Henry said he still got a lot left in the tank. And boom, there it is. So I think that segment, compares to that. But overall, I definitely give it a 9.5.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. Let me add on to something on this. It's a good formula. Like you said, go back the day. Like, I could go back to when Triple H hit Shawn Michaels with the sledgehammer to make him the most despised character.
Yeah, true that
in the company. So it's like, and I'll put a picture on the group where Seth had the sledgehammer. He said, "For the love of the game," and I was like, "Oh man, it's like the game never left." He just passed the addition on to Seth, because that's what it reminded me of when Seth did that, or when Sheamus did a Triple H after Shawn Michaels go retire. So
I agree with you, and I also think that WWE is trying to make Seth Rollins the new Triple H, but the new heel version of the Triple H, if that makes sense.
2022 version of the game.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. All right. Looks like we got another. Oh, Ziggy, he is here. Ziggy, our producer. What's going on?
What's good, man? Sorry I was a little late. Just got done doing some work.
No, it's all good. So, matter of fact, I'm glad you came on here because, did you watch Raw tonight?
I just seen the highlights on YouTube.
That's highlights on YouTube. Okay. So what? Because right now we're just talking about the Cody. We're just getting started.
Oh, that opening segment.
Yeah. What did you think about that?
I thought it was a good way to kind of get that heat back on Seth for losing on Sunday. I thought it was a good move, but I do think that part where him and Cody were talking, that was you read between the lines. I think it was like Seth being Seth for real for a moment. You know how he was saying he made his dad proud, and Cody trying not to get choked up and everything, and you can kind of see Seth trying to like reel the heel character back in. I mean, I'm sorry, reel his real persona back in and keep the heelish nature out, because he was, you know, saying some nice things about Cody in that split of a second. But it was kind of good. At least they're trying, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to, you know, do these emotional segments, try to get a little bit more emotion, because that was one thing that's missing in a lot of WWE you know, programming is there's no emotion. Everyone asks why is this happening? What is this for? Why should we care? Right. And you know, yeah, Cody won 3 in a row, but this is probably the only thing that has this much emotion behind it. So yeah, I give him credit for it. And you know, once again, you know, kudos to. I don't think it's a smart business move to have him out there hurt like that wrestling, but I mean, you know, kudos to him for being tough and still trying to, you know, give people their money's worth that wanted to come see him and everything. But it's like on the line of like ethics and shit, because like if this happened in the NFL, like there'll be like an uproar, you know what I'm saying? Or like the NBA, like if Steph Curry had a fucking bruised or torn pec, still going out there trying to shoot threes in the finals, they'll be like, nah, sit down.
Ezekiel, but remember, it was something like that with Kevin Durant when he had the Achilles.
With that Achilles, with the right. That's true.
And he came back to the finals, and it got worse. He was gone for a whole year. So I mean,
sometimes these doctors got to step in and save these athletes from themselves. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they want to play hero and shit, and you know what I'm saying, when you play hero, all it takes is like one wrong move, and then boom.
But see, as long as the TV and the production crew is making money, they really don't care about all that. For me, I feel like all they really care about is just who tuning in, what the ratings gonna be. But then when it goes overboard, then that's when they say, okay, yeah, we went a little too far with it.
Agreed. Yeah, same. Yeah, I agree with what KD said.
Yeah, and then just to kind of point this out on Twitter. So I just said, okay, so they're getting ready to write out Cody. So a fan decided to respond to me and say some shit like this. He said, what do you mean written off? Write off. To book an angle or a match so to explain in kayfabe a wrestler upcoming and usually inconvenient absence. They didn't book a fake explanation. So, you know, this is what I did. Whoa, actually.
That's a definition of a fucking neck beard, bro.
Oh, God.
That's a definition of a well, actually.
I'm like, well, actually, I don't give a fuck about your explanation. I just told you what the fuck you
He gave you the whole definition.
Yeah, bro. He gave me the whole goddamn definition.
I was confused. I was like, what is he doing?
Oh, man. But you know what else I thought about while we was talking about this, about the Seth Rollins showing his real personality. Remember what they also considered him as, one of Dusty's kids of NXT. So they always wanted to do a big time story.
That's true.
They all, like, him and Cody always wanted a big storyline and stuff. So this could have been a great dedication to Dusty too, and
Triple H,
and of course, and Triple H as for the love of the game. If you remember, I said that,
the love of the game.
So it could be a good send off because, you know, Triple H just retired officially. The Boots was in the middle of WrestleMania. Dusty Rhodes, how they're linked together some way somehow. So, but again, he's injured. Back to the written off. If people don't know, old school habits was if someone's hurt, you got to write them off some way somehow.
To give them a reason to disappear.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
and you guys are absolutely right because let's look at it like this. In '99, when Stone Cold had a neck surgery, look how they wrote him off with him getting
he got ran over by a damn car.
And see, but here's my thing though. Here's the crazy part about it. When Batista tore his pec in 2005, 2006, remember they didn't write him off. They just made him relinquish the title, and that was that. So some stories have different write-offs to it in order for them to, either go have surgery or go do this or go do that. I mean, like, let's look at, for example, right now, realistically, Charlotte Flair just got married to Andrade. So remember, they just said that Ronda Rousey broke a forearm in order for her to go take care of business, which we all know wasn't true. But again, Cody's is more, and some people might hate him, but Cody's is more real with this situation because now it's going to either have the little kids that watch it that know it's written in the script like, oh my God, this is how they really sent him off. This is really how, he's going to have surgery. Now he's messed up even more. Now, when I was reading on the thing, it said there's no timetable for Cody's return to WWE. When he returns back from surgery, it said the injury he could be out for at least about 6 months. But then again, like I said yesterday during the podcast, when it comes down to recovery, it's mind over matter.
Right, because he also put out, and I think this was like to kind of throw us off a little bit, that he was talking about Money in the Bank, and he said this is a match that has eluded his whole entire career as well. Yeah. So but then they wrote him off when he got attacked from behind by Seth Rollins. So we really don't know how long he's going to be off.
See, the thing about this is we dealt with something like this before with a guy named John Cena, which I want to talk about when we get to that area on the Run That Raw. But
correct,
John Cena also messed up his pec too, and
he's in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be out for 4 to
almost
8 months.
9 months to a year.
And he came back surprised the rest of at Royal Rumble.
Hey, Tim, bring it. Ain't this what I talked about last night?
So my thing is this: what is the true definition? Because he'll inbox me about recovery time with the sports doctor's recovery time of a torn pec, and it depends. Like they said, it ripped off his whole bone, right? So they say usually that is 8 to 10 weeks.
That's what.
But with the way that thing looked last night and today,
it looked like it was gonna be more than that.
Oh, it was like it's beyond the pec. It was like it's the pec and going to the ribs and
then going to the bicep and everything.
Yeah, so he's gonna be going for a half.
All those muscles tied together.
Yeah, he's gonna be going for at least the rest of this year. Now, this Mario Romero thing, I don't know.
Wait, you talk about Cody?
Yeah, Cody's gonna be going for the rest of this year.
I mean, but like I said before, and like I said on the podcast last night, we got to look at the size of the person, if their determination, if it's really the mind over matter. Because I mean, look at like you said earlier, so John Cena had surgery in October. January, he was back in the World Rumble in 2008.
I mean. Also, too, KD, I think he might have got a hall pass to, speed that process up a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I you know what I'm saying? I like John Cena. I've come to like John Cena, but whenever he gets hurt, his recovery times.
Yeah, I'm about to say, remember that same year he came back, he broke his damn neck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, nigga, like we don't got time for you to be.
He get the hall pass to
John Cena's a mutant, man.
CVS to get something.
No, I'm saying it's like sometimes you just don't know your limits. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like Batman trying to save Gotham City and shit, but then he needs to understand, like, you've been sick. If y'all ever
that's facts though, Chris. I like that analogy.
If y'all ever got into DC and y'all ever y'all read the Nightfall series,
the bank when he broke his back. Carry
he
on,
broke
brother.
his back. Like the reason
Carry
why
on.
he couldn't do all of that because he kept overworking himself. He kept
Doing too much.
Then he was sick, and then before you know it, he meets Bane and gets his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So
Bane
that's
put them paws on him.
Pause.
Oh,
You know.
Nah, he got
He
the
did
man,
beyond
though.
pause. He did beyond pause. He broke that man in half.
Fucked him up.
Yeah, bad.
Took his
So y'all,
cookies.
let's go on to the next match. So it was Dana Brooke versus Becky Lynch, and I am not gonna lie to you, this was so disrespectful.
I'm
In
gonna
so
say it
many
like
words.
I'm gonna say it like JBL. This is just a bunch of crap, Michael. It's a bunch of waste of TV time.
Man.
It was. So peep game, y'all. After Cody made his entrance out of the arena, Becky Lynch came out looking sad about how everything went down on Sunday. Dana Brooke was already in the ring. As they got
Oh, she got the Jabba entrance. The
bro.
Yo, hold up.
But wait,
Bro,
let me
finish.
Here's the crazy part, Chris. Let me get this out. And I don't know if y'all paid attention to this, but did you see her throw her hands up because her smoke ain't come on when she stopped?
Yes.
Yeah, like she's I
Yes.
was like, where the fuck is my goddamn smoke? Yeah,
Because
so
Cody took all your pyro.
so as they got started, the whole entire 24/7 division full of jobbers started running out.
the whole
around the
catering
ring,
crew.
causing mayhem. Right.
The Golden Corral boys.
Nice.
The Denny's crew.
So Brooke pinned him when he got into the ring to win back the 27 championship. Lynch got a mic and said no one wins a title in her matches except for her. She threatened everyone in ringside if they interfered that she was going to smash their face in. So the match got started after the break. Everyone had exit the ringside area. So it was just the champ and big time Bex to fight over the belt. I cannot believe I'm even reading this.
You might as well stop.
After Lynch hit a few moves, Asuka music hits and she danced her way down to the ring. When Brooks countered the manhandle slam, Asuka held Lynch's foot so Brooke can get the pin. My God, it's great to see. So it's great to see this feud is going to continue, but then at the end of the day, like the 24/7 division came out and interfered in your matches, and you're supposed to be this big time star that, you know what I'm saying, that the WWE likes to protect. But after tonight, I'm starting to kind of question that, y'all.
And then on top of that, on a humorous note, Becky Lynch don't know what color she want to have to be. She got a dark orange. Now she got a fire orange. If you just pull up the picture that you just last had, Team Bring It, pull up that picture again.
Don't forget the shoulder pad she had on.
Exactly.
The Ascension shoulder pad she had on.
So she don't know what color she want to have to be, but I think that now with that being said, I think they're looking. I don't want to say she's being thought of as an afterthought, but I think they're going to move Becky Lynch down as a mid-card wrestler than she was a main event status. Yeah, they're gonna keep her on the spotlight because she's making money, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna move her down to the mid cards, to try to help push some of the other women wrestlers over.
You know it'd be good for her to do, KD? You know it'd be good. You know it'd be good for her to get into to cool off in the main event scene. If they had some tag team belts, and if they had like a tag team division, that'd be crazy.
You can find those belts and
you gotta be able to find them belts. They might look. They might go on WWE or they might go on A&E and try to find the treasuries that been lost or stolen.
Tony, I know what they could do. They could hold a turn. Aren't they having a tournament or something like that for the tag team titles?
No, that was
called off.
That was called off.
That was called off.
Wow.
But you know what? You know what? My thing is this: Becky Lynch was the biggest star in wrestling not that long ago. I'm talking about bigger than the whole WWE, bigger than wrestling at the point of this is before AEW anything. She was the main talk.
She was the man, right?
She was the man. and now you are reduced to having a 24/7 title match, and not a long one. It was like a short, 5 minutes. Again, the women's match is getting 5 minutes. But my thing is this: if you can't do nothing with her on Raw, there's a big time match that never happened 1-on-1 on SmackDown. Her and Ronda Rousey that still need to be settled.
Facts.
And y'all wait till her time with this little stuff. Look, she lost her chance. She lost her rematch. She lost. You gonna do a little her Oscar because she also had trouble with Oscar. Get that out the way, and do the. I think they're gonna do a draft. I'm not sure, but if they don't, just let her go to SmackDown. Get that story. Get a great story over there because that was a clusterfuck from the get go. From
that was so disrespectful on so many levels.
No, absolutely.
Chris, tell me I'm wrong now because I even said it on the chat. I'm like, who the hell is that in the ring? I didn't know that was Dana Brooke in the ring until after Cody left.
She looked totally different.
Right, and then after that, when Becky came out and she pissed off because the damn smoke not on, and then the 24/7 going on, and then she grabbed the mic during her match. She go get the match. Then come Oscar. Like, what the? Who wrote
What's
this
going
shit?
on? What are we doing here?
Who in the fuck wrote this shit?
Bruce,
You know what this tells you? That tells you that they should merge them titles too. Why do you have 2 world champions for the women's division?
You know what? Why don't we just merge every motherfucking title that's
if that's the case, you might as well put everybody back on one show and call it a day.
I mean, you're firing everybody. You're firing and releasing everybody. You might as well just go back to one show. At least
show.
At least you have a continuation how you used to do it. If something's starting on Raw, we have a continuation on SmackDown.
Yes.
Chris, what I talked about yesterday.
Yes.
And other people will get shined, and other people will step the fuck up and get TV time.
Because
you want to do the same old shit, copy and paste every fucking week.
But see, I'm gonna tell you like this. Like I said yesterday, and you guys went on the podcast, but like I said, this is what they're trying to recreate. That's not recreatable. You cannot recreate the Attitude Era.
No,
you cannot. And what they're trying to do is make the Attitude Era the 2022 Attitude Era. When back then the Attitude Era, when they had a hell of a night on Monday Night Raw, it continued on to SmackDown. You understand what I'm saying? And they're not doing that anymore. Like SmackDown and Raw is just now, okay, you got a rivalry on this show. Now you got a rivalry on that show. Then you got to wait till next week to see what the person gonna do. Nah, because if you really think about it, when back in the day, when they finished up their little feud on SmackDown, guess what? When they came back to Raw, it was back and forth. And forth. Now it's just like, okay, it's just like Raw. Okay, now Cody and Seth. Now on SmackDown, guess what? It's gonna be Shinsuke and Matt Riddle and the Usos. You're like, okay, now we gotta wait another week for this. Now we gotta wait another week for that. I mean, but they did good with Raw and SmackDown as far as the continuation with the Undisputed Tag Team Championships, because I mean, if you think about it, for the last 4 weeks, RK Bro and the Usos was on both shows. I think it was pretty good. But they're trying to recreate that Attitude Era, which is not recreatable. Just that simple.
Right. I'll tell you this right now. If they do, now don't get me wrong, when the first time they ever did a brand split, that was good. That was great. But
I think that was the biggest screw up there then. Because really? And I'm gonna tell you why I feel like it was the biggest screw up there, because both, and then again, you might be right too, because both shows had, different titles, and it gave both shows a chance for upcoming stars and regular stars to shine and see what they could do and build up more ratings. But now everything if you really look at it, it is not, it's not worth how it was back in the day, where you had to be like, okay, let me tune in today to see what's really going on, or let me tune in to SmackDown to see what The Rock or Stone Cold gonna do to DX. Now it's just like, okay, here's what's gonna happen. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar is gonna do this and gonna do that Monday night. Then for Friday night, the Usos are gonna take on the New Day War. They're gonna take on this or that. It's pretty much almost the same thing every night with just different people.
It's a copy and paste until we get to the pay-per-view, and then after all those copy and paste, we don't get no closure of that copy and paste, because guess what? We more worried about the bigger names on the pay-per-view instead of trying to build up stars for insurance policies like what we're going through now in wrestling as a general, everybody getting injured and stuff. So my thing is this when it comes to that. I think they right now they should unify every damn belt.
Yeah,
they should come out. Their roster is not their roster is not deep like it used to be like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So you might as well go back to unify those belts. And another thing also, you could have captivating, I don't know if I said it right, captivating storylines without the title and make stars out.
That's what they need to get back to.
I agree.
They need to get back to that. I agree.
Let's go on to the next subject. This one's gonna be funny. Cause I was just totally
when my hand goes up, your mouth
goes shut. Right. So the Miz versus Riddle. Okay, so the Miz and Maurice were up next for an episode of Miz TV. They plugged their reality television show for a new season and played their heel personas a little bit before Riddle decided to make an unscheduled appearance. They traded some insults until Ciampa came out of nowhere to attack the former MMA fighter. This led to Miz taking on Riddle in a match. The A-lister forced to wrestle in his suit, but he at least took off his tie first. Riddle easily took control once we returned from commercial break and attempted to hit the RKO before Miz rolled out the ring. The bro grabbed him from his back pockets and tore off his pants. Riddle hit the RKO for the win. The crowd reacted positively to this, but it wasn't anything that people will be talking about by the next week. So this it was entertaining. I like how they was bashing the Green Bay Packers for not winning a Super Bowl. I mean, that's cool heat. I get it. But then it kept talking about balls and and how big my balls is, and
WWE likes grapefruit and ball jokes.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to figure out why my niggas up there looking like a crash dummy. So
look like Super Dave.
That's evil Knievel.
Yeah. You know what though? You know what?
Ghost Rider.
Riddle is right now, as we speak right now, is probably one of the most entertaining guys they got left.
Yeah,
I agree. I totally agree with that.
And they had no choice but to probably use him every damn chance they got. I like that picture, by the way. She's sexy as hell.
Nice.
I know. The Team Bring It just had to leave that up there for us, didn't it?
Yeah, so you guys get moist, you know what I'm saying?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's
a good dude, man.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
But you know what? I said this earlier during the podcast, but also Miz is a great heel too.
Yes.
Miz is
He doesn't get his credit.
He doesn't get enough credit for being a heel, but honestly, also he's one of the best trash talkers on the microphone too.
If you let him freely talk like that, like the infamous promo he did with Bryan Danielson on Talking Smack, or the one he did at the SummerSlam with Roman Reigns and Johnson in the ring, you let him go. Oh my God! I mean, I know everybody compared MJF and him, but I think they'll be on the same level. You just let him freely talk and bring heat to himself and wherever the program he's on. I gave him a lot of credit a long time ago, bro. I've been giving Miz a lot of love for trying to bring the Intercontinental title into Providence. It seems like no one else can do.
Yeah, between him and Ziggler, they did a good job with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So Yeah, Miz is under
He's an underrated heel.
Very underrated.
I won't say under. I'll say underappreciated.
Okay, that's
Very underappreciated. Yeah,
I'll say
that's
underappreciated.
better.
Yeah, because he got a face I just want to punch.
That's definitely better. That's definitely a better term.
Yeah. The facial expressions, just his whole like mannerisms that he does when he's out there. He's very. He got that douchey heel. Like he has that character down.
Douchey, I can never see him as a face. He's douchey. I can't.
Right. That just sounds very wet. Like,
oh, I'm sorry. Like when you step in some puddles or something.
While y'all was speaking on Riddle and him hitting the RKO and everything, now this is just my opinion with that. I personally feel like when Randy returns, Randy's gonna turn on him.
Yes, sir.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yes,
Because like number one, like I mean, just this man always comes out there high. You know what I'm saying? Doing, Randy's like mannerisms and taking his finishers and shit.
He does
I'm just like,
the banging on the ground. He does the whole thing.
Yeah, like I'm just like my nigga.
But you gotta look. It's entertaining.
It is entertaining though.
And what people, if you really look at it, people are wearing more of the Bloodline and RK Bro shirts more than anything else.
Yeah.
And also that can go within the story. Like, yo, you're trying to be like me. You take my blah, and that, Randy Orton is a damn good heel. He's a better heel than the face.
I agree.
So that just add more fuel to whenever this turn gonna come, which it probably come all the way down to SummerSlam. Probably always come down. Matt Riddle is very huge in the UK, so he might come down to that UK show. Yeah. So it all depends on when Randy comes back, because he's hurt too. So, yeah, I mean, keep on doing it, Riddle. Just keep on doing the aneurysm, because then while you do it, one day Randy will come out and RKO out of nowhere your ass.
I don't think they're gonna do a turn though, bro. To be honest.
Well, I mean,
they selling too much merch. Vince gonna milk. He gonna ring that towel to his like no drops left.
Which is true, but then if you really look at it, every time Randy's come back from injury, he always comes back as a heel.
And Randy merchandise sells while he's a heel too.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well,
that's true.
And these kids out here don't know they buying weed shirts. That's crazy.
Hey,
right. Hey. That part.
Hey, what you think why they made that RK Bro 420 says I just smoked? Yeah, they know what everybody doing on that day.
Yeah.
It's coming soon.
They ain't stupid.
It's coming soon.
So let's go on to the next match: the Utos versus the Street Profits. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins were the first out for this championship contender match. Remind you, first number one contenders match. Not a WWE.
You got to beat the champion to beat the champion.
Exactly.
To get a match.
That shit.
Which basically mean that they may or may not earn a title if they win, but they did. But we're going to explain it. So Dawkins first started out with Jimmy Uso. Both men tagged out after their initial exchange, which ended with Jimmy at ringside trying to recover. For the first couple of minutes of this match, it was a little bit slower than you would expect from these two teams. Even though they had done battles multiple times, it seems like they were taking their time to fill each other out. The action started to pick up just as the show went to break. This was a decent match, but it didn't end up as being as good as we know these teams could be together. They had a lot of time, and they were able to pace themselves, but it was a lack of some excitement that we come to expect from both duels. Most of the best spots happened after the second commercial break. Ford ended up sending Jay into the timekeeper area where the fight spilled out the ring. The Street Profits end up winning when Ford beat the count back into the ring. The outcome wasn't ideal, but it was still a solid performance from all four talented wrestlers. What you guys think?
Well, first of all, I don't even know why there was a contenders match anyway, because I think the Street Profits was already known contenders for the Raw tag team titles.
You took the words out of my mouth, bro.
And I don't know why the hell they did that anyway. But if you know anything about WWE tag team wrestling, I think if they go do this in a pay-per-view, they probably saved all their best stuff for the pay-per-view. I ain't calling it what they usually call it now, but
premium live event,
pay-per-view damage. But they
why does Tony keep saying that it's a premium live event?
Man,
Ziggy.
I mean, they make it seem like this. They make it seem like this is a boxing event, bro. Like, dude, what the fuck?
I don't know, bro. I think, like I said, I think that the timing and all this, I don't know why they try to fill each other out again. They, like you said, they made it multiple times, but the match never happened. But they got it. I guess they wanted to come to the point that they are the legit #1 contenders for those tag team titles. When we don't know when the match gonna happen, but I think when the match do happen, we're gonna get a more exciting match, especially with Montez Ford and the Usos together. And Dawkins, sometimes when Dawkins get that hot tag, he's a beast.
Yeah,
he's a beast. So I think it'd be better if it's when the title's on the line, everybody go jump out the window off the ledge, and that's when it's gonna be like that.
Now I know this may sound crazy as heck, but I feel like they should have a tag team Money in the Bank too.
Bro. But all right. So let's do this. All right. So you got Street Profits, you got Alpha Academy.
You got the New Day.
Okay.
Oh, they still alive?
You got. I'm trying, Tony. You got. The Lethal Lotharios.
I forgot about them.
Is that a name?
Los
Lotharios. A Judgment Day, maybe.
Yeah, you got them.
Yeah, Judgment.
What's Sheamus and the other?
Oh yeah. Fight Night or whatever they call themselves. Yeah, them.
They are called. That is a such thing. Fight Night. Really?
That's their name?
I don't know. That's just the sign that always pops up on the screen when they come out.
I call them.
You know they never name these teams. Shit.
I call them the pub.
The pub.
Shit.
But yeah, I mean, they kind of thin on teams.
Yeah, because they all got fired.
They've been thin on teams. Like,
and then also the new tag team, Shanky and Gender.
Oh my god.
That's so fine,
I can't deal with it. Y'all like man?
What's on making that?
Y'all
remember? I can't see them as a tag team because it's just like Jinder Mahal, the serious one, and Shaky is just the stupid one. Kind of like Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the
brain. My god, bro. But that goes back to what y'all said earlier, though. Too is like, so what do these other teams do now that they're not in? You know, you're not in title contention. Can they come up with some sort of storyline for these guys or like something? You know. Instead of just throwing them in roll-up matches.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, having 24/7 titles where people just get schoolboyed and shit. Like, I'm just
school. Yeah, bro, it's just roll-up city.
Yeah.
The most devastating move in wrestling today.
The most devastating move in all
devastating.
Wrestling.
So you can get the ultimate 1, 2, 3. And everybody, remember to like this video and comment.
Facts.
Love the comments, y'all. So yeah, let's go on to the next this one.
But what do y'all one last if I may, what do y'all think of the Street Profits right now?
Well, I'm just seeing, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, basically. I mean, yeah, that's all. I'm just seeing the Rockers, just men in black. Yeah.
I mean, they like I said this earlier, they've been trying to they want to push forward, but they don't want to break them up.
No, they need to break them up. Yeah. Stop being a pussy and just break them up. That's it.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a dream match with him, and I don't know why, but they used to talk shit when they was in NXT. Well, I see a dream match between Ford and Ricochet for the Intercontinental title, and that I don't know why, but I know that shit would probably open a lot of eyes if the people that don't know how good Ricochet could really be if you just take the fucking training wheels off his ass and let him go. And Ford, we see how good he is.
Yep.
So I would love to see that, and let's see how he would do in the singles run.
How about okay, if they're so scared to break him up, why can't they just do one of those things where Theory does a what they call those things when he calls somebody out, an open challenge or whatever?
Oh
Just
my
have my
God, that's already been done before, bro.
Because one Theory's the heel, and the heels don't do open challenges.
Shit.
The faces do open challenges with the U.S. title.
They have them linked up in that somehow. Get them in that mix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, I see.
Hang on. Let's see. Oh, stop it. Yeah. So here comes Mr. Cum.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Wasn't he a pitcher or something?
Why he look like
he finished.
Yeah,
finished.
How you got a picture of a white paint on your forehead, but they're like a Japan flag sign in the middle with that red thing? Like, yo, I don't get that.
That's Scar from Lion King right there.
Scar, man. Look, that whole paint on his head is a scar. Period.
Oh man.
So okay,
I don't think what it really look like, but
so there were a promo between MVP. MVP gave out a promo about moving on from Almost and MVP and start focusing on what's next. Then that's when Theory music hit and he interrupted, telling that Lashley deserves it this time instead of him. The Almighty challenged him to a U.S. title, and he put the U.S. title on the line.
I thought he picked up the world title.
I don't.
He did. He picked up the WWE title, but who got the title?
Yeah.
Oh, we know Roman Reigns got it.
Okay, continue.
So yeah,
God.
so then Theory said that he did not deserve a title shot, but still tried to take a selfie with him. And then Lashley kicked him out of the ring to end the segment. This was a filler. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. So then we seen the next match, which you see on your screen. Villa and Dominic Mysterio add another chapter to the story that people do not really give a fuck. But this started
waste of TV time.
Exactly, and this reminds you, this started over about a couple months ago, and we're
still. When
but you know what? It's crazy as this sound. Watch this, y'all. As crazy as this sound, they're trying to make Veer Mahan. If you pay attention to the character, they're trying to make Veer Mahan kind of like Rusev in a sense.
I was gonna say Braun Strowman. I was gonna say like Braun Strowman a little bit because he's just going through people. Like,
but little dude got a vicious clothesline.
I can see what he's saying with the Rusev though. I see what they're trying to do. Because it's not working though.
They call his finishing move. I don't know what they call it. What is it? I don't know what it's called. But
Veer?
Yeah.
It's the cervical clutch.
Yeah. Now think about it. Rusev's was the what?
It was the accolade.
The accolade, right. So it's pretty much the same thing. The only thing that's different from it is the body turn.
There's one arm or something like that.
Right. But see, Rusev used to step on a person's back before he applied the accolade.
Right.
But this dude squatting on the back and then applying the cervical clutch. That's why I say I think they're just trying to make him into another Rusev, but it's failing.
They try to make everybody. Like, remember, Dolph's supposed to win the new Shawn Michaels,
Mr. Perfect,
Mr. Perfect. They just trying to clone everybody.
That is so facts, bro.
I'm so sick of this shit.
Hey, Chris, what I just said yesterday, trying to recreate everybody.
Yeah, everybody want to be a 2.0, and I'm like, dude, it's just not working in people's favor, bro.
Like, Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens. Why the hell y'all put the stunner on him? Like, it's just... It
don't make no goddamn sense.
They trying to make him the Stone Cold Steve Austin when there's only one.
It's not working. Yeah, bro, it's not working for real. It is not working. It's
at
not
all.
working in their favor. But yeah, let me continue though. So, predictably, the powerhouse tried to ground Dom while the high flyer, which I'm trying to figure that out. He's a high flyer. I didn't know that. He tried to use his speed and agility to avoid him. He made Beard chase him in and out the ring before the big man finally got his hands on him. He got these hands. This match went on longer than their past encounters to stretch it out through a commercial break.
Why did we even have a commercial break?
I don't know.
Sponsors.
Dom was able to hit the 619 in the frog splash, but Beard kicked out at 1. Ray ended up getting his son disqualified. I hate that motherfucker so goddamn much. When he Ray, you
don't like Ray?
I don't like him and his mask. I just don't like his energy. I just
Whoa,
don't like
where that came from? Wow.
I just
You know
don't.
what?
I
You know what?
I don't.
what?
He's
That's
so goddamn
come-
stale, bro.
That's coming from someone that watched him a long time and he still do the same
the
thing.
same fucking shit.
No, I
man.
get it.
I know,
Can
but
you-
you know my energy. I know you
Like,
question
can you
my
imagine?
energy. I get it.
Can you imagine if Ray turned heel, and maybe that'd be something different? Like,
You say Eddie did it?
but right now, but when I said that, you trying to imagine Ray, and you can't.
I just
You can't see Ray as a heel.
You
So
said,
what?
Booyaka, bitch.
Oh, if you
See,
man,
good. In the voice of JBL, Rey Mysterio going here is just like blasphemy to wrestling, Michael. That's not gonna happen.
Hey, Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hey, what do you know that? Wait, did y'all
Hey,
notice?
KD.
Yo,
Did y'all notice that all of them was matching?
yeah.
true.
All of them was matching. That was
Well, it could have been
adorable.
the hair. It could have been the heritage month, Michael. It could have been anything.
Shut up. But yeah, so Ray ended up getting his son disqualified when he attacked Beard to prevent him from injuring Dom. It's kind of nice to see that Beard get a little bit more time to work. This match was pretty much down the middle in terms of quality, nothing special, but nothing.
The match was a bunch of crap. It wasn't even down the middle. It wasn't even a straight line. It wasn't even none of this. The whole match.
That sounds just like
up.
JBL. Bro.
It just stunk up Green Bay, Michael. It just stunk up the joint. Point
All you
blank.
gotta do,
If your
all you
person
gotta do is be a little louder.
If your person likes me, I'd rather see a Beer Mahal versus a Bobby Lashley feud than to see a stupid match between Beer Mahal and Rey Mysterio and his stupid son.
Hey, Michael.
I mean, Michael, who wants to see a Dom, Michael?
Hey, bro, he used to say that shit.
Oh, I mean, this nigga funny, dude. He is really, really funny. All right, so
Hey, Chris, you know me a while, bro. You know I be lighting it up, man.
not like this.
You know one person JBL ain't play with though, Farouk.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
no, he's gonna play for Rick.
Right.
Hell to
Right.
the
He like,
Damn.
Right.
He probably say, I can't play with. He probably say I can't play with Farouk because Farouk will send my ass back to Texas.
Take him forever to say damn.
God. So yeah, this is
This
yes,
the segment right here tonight. This is right here.
Yeah, we need to talk about this. We need to dissect this. Okay.
Okay,
Feel me?
okay.
Nobody.
So,
I'm gonna go ahead and chop it right here, Chris. Nobody expected this.
yeah.
I give
No.
you that. I give you that.
Nobody.
break
Now
it
I'm gonna
down
tell you
real
this.
quick.
Now, Chris, I did call last night. I did say I put anything on this. I said I probably think Finn Balor gonna join. And the last time me and you talked on the podcast, and it was just me and you 1-on-1, I said I got a feeling Finn Balor is gonna join this joint. We don't know when, but ain't nobody expected it to be this soon, and then nobody expects Finn Balor to be the one to join Judgment Day. Now, the crazy part about it is who is now going to be the leader of Judgment Day.
Why Finn
Yeah, so
Balor can't be leader?
that's where we're going to kind of talk about this. So Judgment Day comes out and they deliver a promo on how they defeated Styles, Balor, and Morgan on Sunday. Damian Priest and Riley Ripley both spoke before Edge took over. So he soon revealed that him and Balor was a new member of the group. The Prince joined them in the ring, and he finally said that he sees things very, very clear. He thanked Ripley and Priest for helping them open up his eyes to see the truth. Then Priest said the last thing that was holding them back was Edge. He proceeded to hit the Rated R Superstar with the mic before all three of the members of Judgment Day before beating them down. Balor hit the Cuban Grass before he put them through the announcement table.
Let me say the words of JBL right quick. What kind of a stupid name is that for a finisher? Coup de grace. What the?
I don't know. I don't know.
Said coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
Let's call it a flying stomp.
It sound like a freaking Italian dish that nobody's ever heard of. Michael coup de grace. What is that? That finishing move has more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
Chris said, "Good to
Good to grace."
That sounds like when I don't know if you ever played Crash Bandicoot when he put the mask on. Go good to
Good to grace.
That stupid finishing move has more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
So, this was the most interesting development since the group started, even though the group started about maybe 2.5 months ago, but whatever. It still feels like it feels like the WWE wants to write Edge off of TV for a little bit, but it was a very weird choice unless he's injured, but there was no report saying that, Edge was injured. But the segment went very well, but now we're going to find out what happens next. So this is the issue that I have with this. Okay. Even though the this was very unpredictable, we did not see this coming at all. This was a great swerve. But the issue is that this is where people are going to see this basketball analogy. Okay. So Golden State whoops
Boston.
Yeah, in the finals. And then KD joins the same team that beats them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
And it seems like this is what we're seeing from Finn Balor. He got beat last night and then joined them. And then now he whoops the leader, which I'm trying to figure this out. Like
Finn Balor's a piece of crap. He just joined the team. What do they say, Michael? You can't join him. You can't beat him. Join him.
You know what? But the main swerve about this, we only heard reports that Ciampa was supposed to join.
So.
I did not. I'm gonna say this. I did hear that too. That Ciampa was supposed to join them, but who would have ever thought it would have been Finn Balor? And
I'm gonna get to that because remember this: Finn Balor was a good damn heel in NXT. When he went back to NXT, he was a good damn heel, and plus Finn Balor as a heel, his work from Japan was vicious. So. I understand that, but the thing what I did not understand was why y'all take out Edge when Edge started this whole thing from beating up AJ Styles, and then y'all became y'all have a name yet at the WrestleMania, but it started, the wheels start turning.
But then look, you got I was saying like JB, what better way to make a name for yourself, Michael, than to take out a freaking legend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, JBL.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
But wouldn't they do something like this in Japan? Like if someone new joins the group, that new person kind of like reveals that he's the new leader.
I like Cody Rhodes. I like Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega.
And I think they gave Finn a little bit of. I won't say a lot of say so, but just a little bit.
They gave him a little bit of leeway, and it's a good point. That's a good point because I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Remember. When CM Punk took over the Nexus, look at all of what they did and how CM Punk became the new leader.
Yeah, but we gotta remember this too. That didn't last long.
Nope.
That Nexus didn't last long. That's when we got the pipe bomb and all that, and the rest is history. This is good. One thing to have WWE talk, have people talk about WWE for another reason. We don't have to talk about the Cody Rhodes instance. We got to talk about why Finn Balor is now this and blah blah. Like you said, everybody gonna dissect this for the rest of this week until they get to Monday Night Raw again, and they put more detail explain. Another thing is, I hope they don't fuck this up like they did that other group that they had.
Which group?
Retribution.
Retribution.
Retribution. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
because-
wham. Retribution was just a bunch of fake knockoff NWO guys who tried to find their way, Michael.
Stupid. Oh God.
Oh,
You are
shit.
They're just a
stupid,
bunch of
dude.
NXT wannabes that's trying to find their way in the WWE here, and then they couldn't find anything. So guess what? All of them got fired and sent packing. They got sent their pink slips.
Not the pink slip.
Oh God. Okay, so I didn't find a picture for this one though, but I think it ties into this one. I'm not too sure. But let me just read it off. Yeah, fuck it. Okay. So the next one was very okay, Almost versus Cedric Alexander.
Oh,
so
God.
Almost defeated Cedric Alexander with one move. His two-handed choke slam. For some reason, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode came out for an interview in place that the WWE never used them for interviews anymore. So Almost and MVP got angry. So Dolph Ziggler hit a super kick, and the Dirty Dogs ran away to the back while the Nigerian Giant gave chase. So I'm just gonna break this shit down real quick.
Yeah, that.
I don't know what the fuck they are. That shit with Cedric Alexander was just
That was a waste of TV time.
Why they do Cedric like that, bro? I like Cedric.
But you know what? I like them even better in the Hurt business, though.
He fit so well in the Hurt business.
Yeah, he did.
He did, but I mean, like, bro, like he didn't even last like.
He didn't even last 0.6 seconds, Michael. He got knocked out by the Nigerian Giant with those size 26E boots.
Bro.
That whole shit was like so disrespectful, man. Like they didn't even have.
They
to
told
do
him
that
be
like
happy
that.
he was on Raw.
They basically just told him be glad he got some TV time.
Exactly, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like, wow. So I guess we're trying to figure out is Ziggler and Rhodes baby faces now. I don't think anyone knows. I don't think anyone.
Are you talking about the Dirty Dogs?
Yeah, the Dirty Dogs. Like, this whole shit.
Like,
was
what's going on?
pointless, bro. Like, I was like totally lost. Like, okay, so
You have more questions than
answers.
the
Like,
answers coming out of the segment.
so fucked up. So the next match was Ezekiel versus Otis. Okay. So Chad Gable was at ringside to support Otis as he took on Ezekiel. That was fresh off of a loss to Owens at Hell in a Cell. The big man had an upper hand at first, but Zeke began his buildup of head of steam after a few good shots. He brought Otis down with a nice crucifix for the win. This match was short and did not have enough time to showcase either man's full ability. But for a few minutes, I guess it was okay. I fell asleep. So Zeke grabbed the mic and he told Owens that he wanted a rematch. KO came down and accepted his challenge on one condition, that Zeke has to admit that he is Elias. So Ezekiel admitted that he was Elias. Owens celebrated, thought he was about to get a heart attack, but then Zeke said that he was lying and he was really Ezekiel. He hit the jumping knee to the face before running from the Alpha Academy. What you guys think?
Man, it's crazy. Like, Kevin Owens went from having an awesome match with Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania to doing this shit with Zeke. It's just kind of crazy.
This is weird, bro. Like, you telling me you resigned to be a theorist?
Oh no,
Like,
he re-signed to have that match with Stone Cold.
That's it?
Hey,
You gotta give me more than that, bro. Because it's no way in
Stone
hell.
Cold.
This ain't Stone Cold, the Attitude Era Stone Cold. This is a 50 Cent. We didn't know he could go or not. We not ready for that. And so you got to tell me why he resigned just to do this. And when the last time he held some gold? When the last time he was in
It's been a while, man.
The last time Kevin Owens held the gold was when he was the Universal Champion, or when he was the United States Champion, I believe, or one of those two.
It's been a long time, and he's been doing these. I mean, he had a good story with Roman Reigns, but that was during the pandemic era and stuff like that. But what has he done? What has he done lately?
Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, Kevin Owens had an opportunity to go to All Elite so we could see the full version of him, but he decided to re-sign with the WWE, and that's his fault.
Oh yeah, I'm sure him and Sami Zayn, they both got they got the checks with the zeros on them. So
you know what though?
Can't be mad at it.
In the words of JBL, it doesn't matter if you got checks with zeros, Michaels. It's all about those championships.
But
Roman got all of them. Ain't nobody touching that shit.
You know what though? But I think the same thing probably could have happened at AEW, the way shit looking right there over there too. Like they can get lost in the shuffle and just be on dark and elevation. So we don't know what would happen if they went to AEW. Yeah, we would have got El Generico and Kevin Steen, but would they be a major factor over there? Or they would be stuck in the middle?
They'll got that. We're happy to see you here. Initial pop on that Dynamite, and then he'll be elevating and darkening it up for the next few months on YouTube.
They be Jay Lethal all over.
Man, bro, how did they do my boy Jay Lethal dirty
as fuck. I did not even expect that. But okay, before we get into other things, let me get into the main event. Let me just pull this up.
It's time for the main.
Man, this was a great show, man. Golly.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Boy, this Raw. This makes me want to watch again next week.
No, I don't think I don't believe all that.
The show wasn't great, Michael. This podcast was awesome.
Yeah, and the podcast, we watch Raw so you don't have to.
Exactly. And we're not even getting paid for it.
We're not getting paid for this crap, but we got a whole bunch of people tuned in, Michael. That's all that matters.
I know. Thank you, JBL. Thank you.
Neck bones.
So the main event of the evening was a fatal four-way to determine the new number one contender for the Raw Women's Championship. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Doudrop, which is a stupid name, and Alexa Bliss was the competitors. Nikki Ashface.
Now you're absolutely right. Doudrop is a stupid name because somebody dropped her when she was a baby.
No, Doudrop is the sound when those turds hit the water.
You know what? I ain't even got no comment for that.
I swear, I'm just gonna.
Let me get through this before y'all just keep cracking me up. So Miss Ash was there in Doudrop's corner with.
Hey man, I love y'all boys, man.
While Bianca Belair sat near the commentary table without joining them. We'll get into that in a second. So Morgan and Ripley paired out for a fight as soon as the bell rang. So Doudrop went after Bliss. Once the powerhouse was sent out the ring, they started trading shots. Ripley and Doudrop were unable to take each other down with punches and clotheslines. They did a decent job allowing the four women to have some time to shine, but it did feel like Ripley had more moments than the other three. It was a little bit surprising that we didn't see any spots involving all four women, but there were plenty that included three of them at a time. We did see. Wait, hold on 1 second. We did see them get off. We did see all four get involved with the Tower of Doom, but that almost always happened in this kind of match. And Nikki interfered to keep Morgan from winning, and that cleared the way for Ripley to hit Doudrop with the Riptide for the win. What you guys think?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, Michael. I'm gonna tell you like this. Nikki ASH doesn't stand for almost superhero. Nikki ASH stands for almost stupid heifer. That's one of the stupidest characters I've ever seen in my life.
Why was Alexa Bliss in this match?
Reset. Well, actually,
right? You know. I'm sorry, I wasn't here for this. Like, I did not see the main event. You know.
Actually, Nikki ASH. The ASH stands for almost stupid heifer, or better yet, actually. Well, no. We're not going to say almost stupid heifer. It stands for actually stupid heifer.
Well, actually.
Hey man, y'all are
hey man, this man wild, Chris.
Yo.
Hey, yo.
Nikki, almost a superhero. Wham. Oh, actually a stupid heifer.
I thought it was Nikki ass.
Ass face or ash cream or whatever that shit is.
Arsh.
But yeah, so Ripley is going to be the next number one contender for Bianca's title. So, like, I don't know if I should give a fuck about this or, like, I mean, but she's a logical choice right now. And Alexa Bliss, like, why the fuck she having punk music now? Like,
I don't know what's going on there, but if you remember Bianca Belair and Ripley's match before the pandemic, the last review Dodie had, which was the NXT. Mm-hmm. This should be good. This should be good. They got better since then. Yeah, this should be a good match. But
they gonna give them NXT time though.
You're asking for too much now, goddammit.
Gonna give them NXT time. Well, 7 minutes to do.
Hey, you asking for too much time. They give them Dynamite main event time. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah. Not Dynamite.
Dynamite main event time. So 10, 11 minutes would be good for them. But still, I mean, I just don't know what was Alexa Bliss doing there because honestly, she's the main one out.
I think she should have won, honestly, because she's been out for so long. And you get tired of seeing the same people go after the title all the time.
Right.
That is true.
Very true. Yeah.
But think about it. Ever since Alexa Bliss has been back, they've been putting her in squash matches. I mean, Sonya Deville, we ain't seen nothing from her since Alexa beat her last week or wherever it was. And then you get sick of Doudrop. I'm sick of her.
Well, you got to think of this. Remember, Alexa Bliss also, she was not really doing good one-on-one matches because she was like on concussion protocol. That's why they had to put on tag teams with Nikki and stuff.
What the fuck knocked her up? I mean, knocked her head in. Like,
what knocked her head in was Bray Wyatt when he knocked her up, Michael.
JBL, how dare you?
It's on like neck bones. So
it's on like a pack of neck bones, Michael. He knocked her. Listen, Bray Wyatt knocked her up and gave her that stupid doll, whatever her name is, Ellie.
Hey, speaking of that, do you think that could be a segue for Bray Wyatt to come back?
No. Hey, you gotta get. I don't know. Now here's the thing. That's a good question, but here's the thing. I don't think that's a good segment because Bray doing his thing right now.
But we talked about this earlier, Chris. We said he only had two places to go: WWE or AEW. Because if you go to Impact, good luck.
Who's on Impact? That's what I'm saying. Like, who's on Impact?
He's not gonna have an impact. That's why there's no Impact.
Man, Jacquez gonna get y'all.
Right.
Hey.
No. I'm telling you.
Jacquez right now is hot, and I'm not trying to piss him off any more than he already is. No, I am not. He's already pissed at the world.
Jacquez, go get y'all. Talk about this.
I'm telling you, if you seen that video from earlier, y'all, that man was heated.
About what, though?
About
fans.
Like fans. Fans is stupid these days.
He had enough.
He had enough. And
I need to go back and watch it. I saw it posted earlier. I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, he was fed up, bro, and we can't blame him. Can't blame him for it. But,
yeah, I mean, this man was driving and this man was just going off. But no, like I feel where he's coming from, because like the person that we were talking about is the same person that always says that he's this big wrestling fan, but every post that he puts, it's about the negativity about AEW. But then yet last night, he talked about nobody don't want to watch the WWE pay-per-view. But then didn't you just say that you are a WWE fan?
Well, actually, Chris, no one watched the WWE pay-per-view because it's a premium live event. So actually, no one watched the pay-per-view.
Actually, are you a fan?
Ziggy, kiss my ass. It's a pay-per-view. Damn it. All right. I paid to see
Peacock
that
Live event.
I paid to see it. Pay-per-view, goddamn.
You true. You paid to view it.
Actually, it's only for $5.99.
Exactly. You guys are like $9.99, Michael. It's only $5 what you pay at a gas pump now.
Bullshit.
Is that what? Yeah, you're right about that.
That's 1 gallon.
Yeah, and that's like how much you gonna be paying at the pump? Like $86 some damn dollars, maybe, depending on what.
Every time you fill up.
Yeah.
But guess what? Every time we fill up, I'm gonna give me a damn scooter.
Yeah.
You sure they haven't like abolished like scooters?
I don't give a damn. I get one of them old man chairs that got the wheels on there. You got to do is charge it and keep it moving. Make me no difference.
Them fucking mopeds.
Yeah, I'm like,
moped with a little basket in the front.
Right here, get some roller skates. Y'all right here playing.
Hey, and they was making fun of all them people getting those hybrid vehicles a few years ago.
Exactly.
Right. They ain't laughing now.
Hell no.
But so yeah, y'all, let's go to our final thoughts. So what you guys think about just tell us what you think just in general, you know.
The best segments to me for Raw was the Seth Rollins one.
Yeah.
Definitely that's at the top. And here's what makes the shows so, different.
Mm-hmm.
The unexpected segments that happen is what would make the audience tune in more. Like what we saw with Cody and Seth, and then what we saw with, the Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, these are segments that's like, WWE really got us with this.
Mm-hmm.
But then they keep coming back. Here's my thing. A segment like that with the Judgment Day honestly should have closed out the show.
Placement.
That should have closed out the show, because nobody, like I said, expected Finn Balor or Damian Priest to do what they did. Let's look at it realistically. When Edge came back from the injury at the Royal Rumble, look what closed out the show. Him and Randy Orton. One of the best segments ever.
Yeah.
But this should have closed out the show, in my opinion. All the other matches and all that, I feel like this. The way you opened up the show with an emotional segment is the way you should have closed the show with an emotional segment, because that for some fans was emotional when they turned on when they turned on Edge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got also like you said, the best segment was beginning, but I think what this episode did for Raw, even though some was a lot of regular WWE stuff, is gonna keep people talking about WWE. Like from all day we've been talking about the Cody Rhodes and how respected we are for what he did, but then we got to think of how Seth Rollins just kept his heel his heel persona going.
Had to. Mm-hmm.
And
True
then,
that.
and then like you said, also what gonna keep them talking, the shock value, because all we heard about was Ciampa was going to join on Judgment Day, and they looking for Ciampa, and all of a sudden we see Finn Balor come out, and not only Finn Balor joined them, Finn Balor and Damian Priest destroyed Edge, and you got Rhea Ripley swinging the chair, making sure no officials come in, let them finish what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that too, then you got some Price, a little bit story here with Rhea Ripley being no one contender, going at the Bianca Belair with their history for NXT. The Street Profits, when they gonna be next in line for the tag team titles. Two legitimate tag teams. I think that's good. It says some makeshift tag team against the Usos. And I don't know what's gonna happen with Becky Lynch, but like I said, what a fall from grace when you was you was the talk of the wrestling world, and now you
just drop down.
Yeah, you drop down like we don't know what to do with you now.
And I hate to make this about AEW, but they made fun of AEW detractors made fun of AEW for making a mid-card AEW championship.
But you know what?
Gives people something to do that's not in the main event, or also gives people that aren't ready for the main event that type of program.
They give them that time to make their craft and to perfect it to be ready for the main event.
So that's something that WWE.
Because right now we might as well say that the 24/7 title is a men's and women's like mid-card belt.
There you go.
It's an intergender title.
Intergender title.
But intergender title. Did anybody ever look at Rhea Ripley and tell that she looks like a bootleg Legion of Doom with metal spikes on her?
I would have said Demolition.
Axis Smash.
Axis Smash. That's the wrong word.
Somebody smashed her face when he put on that black lipstick. It looks ridiculous. It's horrible.
I told you. Damn, JBL. Damn you.
I'm gonna switch from KD to KDL. That's gonna be my new name from now.
There you go.
KDL. Wow.
There you go.
KDL.
Hey Michael.
That's gonna be a new name. Somebody just smacked Rhea Ripley with a bunch of black paint and said this is gonna work for your character, and then put the metal spikes on her. What should they say? It's Hawk and Animal from the Legion of Doom.
So what's the over under when Rhea Ripley becomes one name? She's gonna become Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea.
That's just like the Legion of Doom coming one name, Hawk and Animal.
Ripley.
There you go, Hawk and Animal to Ripley. Ripley, Balor.
What they're going to name her next? The Ripley of Doom.
Well, you notice that they haven't called her the Nightmare in a long time.
No,
what they been calling her, Tony?
They used to call him the Nightmare. Now when Cody got there, she ain't the Nightmare no more. So
she's there.
Brutality.
Yeah, she looked like somebody's Halloween party at Party City.
Hey, don't we get on? Listen, KBL, do not get on Party City. I love Party City.
I didn't say nothing bad about Party City. I said she just looks like a costume at Party City. Somebody just needs to go ahead and buy her off the shelf.
Wow.
Damn. That gotta be Clarence.
Thank you guys so much for coming on here, Ziggy, KBL. But yeah, we'll be back on the next time you'll be seeing me, probably three times. I'll be back on here on Thursday with the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. Then also on Saturday, I will be on with the Around the Ropes podcast. I'll be making my debut on there. Well, as an official, host on there. And then we'll be back next Sunday with Chris Classic Williams. He is a wrestler in the indie scene, so we'll have him on here for episode 181. So yeah, until that time, I'm your host, Mr. Team Bring It. That's Ziggy. That's Mr. KBL. That's Mr. Enforcer. And I'll see you on Thursday.
And they sound like a pack of neck bones.
And that's how we go in the show.
Bye, y'all. He is so good.
Man.